And we're live. What is going on, everybody? The camera feels, I don't know, maybe I'm just, the camera feels low for a little bit. Like, let me move you guys back just a hair. Let's see. Camera warning, okay. There we go. It's not too far back, but it's at least a little further. How's that look? Looks like an earthquake. I don't know if that looks any better, but happy Wednesday, everybody. It is the final Wednesday of the month, which is wild. And I did remember before this stream to change the delay, so that way it has low latency, so that way if whatever I'm doing only has a slight delay compared to last week. It was like 10 to 15 seconds, which is just too much. So hope everyone's doing awesome. Let's see who's all here today. We got Tuxedo, Mad Dog, Dark Third, Clowns in the house, Nice is here, Greenbeard, RS, Rod, how's it going? Hobo's here, Hasio's here, Raj is here, Wick is here. I think that's everyone I got. Hey, Rob, wow, it's Wednesday, my dudes. Thank you so much for the 25 months, man. Cheers. Hey, Trevor. Hey, TJ. Yeah, I gotta do like a quick stretch here. I am sore. I had like my upper back, I think I pinched a nerve like a week and a half ago, and boy, it was like 3 or 4 days of just awfulness, and now it's like, it's better, but it still feels, I still feel just like the Tin Man from Wizard of Oz. I'm sure most of you hopefully know that reference. So yeah, we are going to be picking up where we left off last week. For anyone that wasn't here last week, we ended the Micron Plus build 2 weeks ago. Last week we started the Mark IV to Mark 4S conversion, and then as soon as that's done, we're going to basically tear the thing apart and then do the Mark 4S to the CoreOne Plus conversion. So we'll just jump over here with the camera real quick, but there's not a whole lot of, I mean, obviously the toolhead's taken apart, but there's not a lot of stuff you can see right now. The main things we swapped out was the Y tensioner underneath the bed for, I think it's PCCF, which is kind of ironic that we're doing that. I assume that the CoreOne's not going to be using that same mechanism, so we're actually going to be probably removing that anyway. And then we upgraded the screen to this injection molded Mark 4S screen, which I think is, someone mentioned that the printed one had some issues with the touchscreen functionality, so that's why they went to injection molded. I have to assume the CoreOne probably is going to have its own shell, so the only thing I think won't be changing is what we're doing now, which is we're tearing apart the CoreOne. Nope, that's not what we're doing. We're tearing apart the neck extruder and replacing some parts on that, and I do think that's kind of what's going to stick when we swap over to the CoreOne, so we'll see how that goes. But nice. Wow, 45 months, man. Thank you so much for all the continued support. This blows my mind. What does? So I hope everyone's had and having a great week. It's been not too shabby here. Jackson was up like constantly last night, running into our bedroom and trying to crawl into bed with us, so it was a lot of up, down, up, down, up, down. And it is his birthday. He turns 3 next week, so we are kind of prepping some stuff for there. I don't think I mentioned what we're doing. We're trying to figure out what we're gonna do. I don't know if I said this last week, then you can ignore it. But last week we did just like a thing at the house, but because his birthday is March 5th and the weather here is really unpredictable, like it could be raining, there could be snow. This year's been quite mild, but we never really know. We decided to do something indoors, so we're just doing a small, like I think it's 5 people at Chuck E. Cheese. He's never been to Chuck E. Cheese, and I had birthdays at Chuck E. Cheese when I was, I don't know, young, very young. So I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be fun. Whoa, Tuxedo with 12 months. Okay, we gotta do, I don't have a whole lot of sound effects. We'll do air horn. We'll do air horn. Air horn it is. Thank you, Tuxedo. I appreciate it, man. So yeah, let's dive right in today. So last week we took apart the old extruder. We swapped out the front cover for it, and this is where we are at right now. So we've got this new, it looks like it's just sheet metal that's been cut and sort of formed. So we got this piece, and then we've got a printed piece, which is a tiny little spacer, which I've got in my hand, and then we need to get these guys. Do not reuse the M310 screws you removed due to new parts, longer M312. So we need M312 screws. Is Deanna here? Did I miss Deanna? Hey Deanna, happy Wednesday. Okay, so we need M312, and these look like they are socket heads. M312s, yes. 1, 2, and 3. I think once we're done with the toolhead, all that's going to be left is a little bit of stuff with electronics, and then we should pretty much be done. So we will see. Oops, I guess let's see what's next. Okay, so this says from the front side of the neck shooter, side with the printed logo, insert 3 M312 screws. Okay. So I will change the view. Probably gonna raise you guys up a little bit for a sec. Right about there. Okay. My 3 previous comments went away. Weird. Does it say on your end why they weren't sent? Or why they disappeared? I didn't see them at all on my end. Like, they never popped up. Okay, so we got screws in the center, top right, bottom right. Let's see. From the opposite side of the neck shooter, fit the heatsink spacer onto the 3 screws. Make sure the protrusion protrudes towards you, like the screws. Okay, so it looks like I need to basically hold these screws in place with my hands for a sec here. Okay, we'll hold it like that. And then we need to grab this little printed piece, and there's a little segment on the end here that sticks out, and so this needs to be sticking out in this direction, and not, I think it's the only way you could get it on, actually. If you did it this way, it would be going into the heatsink. So we are just gonna slot this over the screws, maybe. Might need to thread this on. It might be easier to thread this on versus trying to do what I'm doing. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. Okay. So you should be able to pop it on, but I think it's just a print tolerance thing. So we got this little spacer on, and again, this little protruding piece is sticking out towards the back of the motor versus the front. If you had it towards the front, you wouldn't be able to lay this spacer flush. So we did that. Now it says, from the extruder motor side of the heatsink, attach the fan holder to the heatsink and avoid pinching the thermistor cable. Okay. So we are now going to grab this guy. It looks like it needs to be, let me zoom out of here so you guys can see this. Okay. So it looks like it needs to go this way. And it looks like the thermistor should be feeding through this sort of open vent here. So let's try to do that. Let's get the cable and kind of pre-feed it through here. There we go. Okay, that looks like that worked out pretty well. Hey, what's up, John? Happy Wednesday. Happy final week of February. It's nuts. Okay, so that's where we're at right now. It looks like our direction and everything is correct. What's next? Place the neck shooter assembly on the spacers on the X carriage. Okay. Line up the 3 screws. There's a cutout in the plastic part. Guide the thermistor cable through the cutout. Okay, so it looks like it's saying that the thermistor wire needs to go downwards. So I need to completely change how I have this. Oh, I think this is, I think I'll show this. Let's look at the second picture actually to see if it shows us, kind of. Okay, so on the on the toolhead, there's, I think this is probably the little section it's talking about. You can kind of see it. Yeah, you can see it. So towards the bottom here, there's sort of this little opening, and I think that it's basically saying just to try to point the thermistor wires towards this, so that way they're not getting pinched up against either side of this. So do our best to do that here. Okay, this looks like it's lined up, sort of. I think I can probably start by getting these screws on a little bit and then adjust the thermistor wire if need be. So let's just get this on like a turn and a turn. Okay. Yeah, oh, the thermistor wire is like perfect. That worked out really well. So now we should be able to just seat these, I think. I line the heatsink screws with the spacers and join both parts by tightening them. Start with the middle one. Okay. So I can zoom out a little bit now. So let's just start with the middle one. Okay. Make sure I'm not pinching anything. Everything looks fine. Okay, I'm just gonna use this guy with a ball end to tighten these up. I'm not gonna go too tight. Okay, that should be good. All right, we got this big, it's really bulky. Really bulky. Hey, Luis. Happy Wednesday. All right, so that's fine. All right, what is next? I did, oh, full disclosure, I did eat all of the small bag of gummy bears that came with this printer, or this upgrade kit, so hopefully the rest of the build's not cursed. In my defense, I saw them laying here the next day and thought to myself, we've had mouse problems. It's probably not a great idea to leave gummy bears open in here. So I did, Erin saw the big bag of gummy bears from the CoreOne build. It's not like the tub, but it's a larger bag. And she actually told me, like, I wouldn't leave that out here. And I was trying to tell her that it's not open, so it's probably fine. But after thinking about it a little bit, I'm like, no, she's right. A mouse has to be able to smell gummy bears through a thin bag. So I didn't open it. I'm gonna wait for that build, but I did take the gummy bears upstairs. I don't want to risk mice, and I don't want to lose my sweet gummy bears. So, anyways, locate the cable channel on the left side. I'm very familiar with that because we just took everything out of there. We'll guide some cables through this channel in the following steps. Guide the NTC thermistor cable channel in the X carriage up to the love board. Okay, so we will start by, I'm just gonna change the camera angle for a sec to here. Nope, because my picture is blocking that. There we go. There we go. I would have happily helped you with your bears. Yeah, I love, I mean, I've got a sweet tooth in general, but I love me some gummy bears. Okay, and I think this is just going, so the thermistor goes to the top right, the farthest in one. So let's go ahead and maybe, there we go. Okay, we're locked in. Kind of wants to pop out, but I think once we shove more wires in there, it'll help kind of just sandwich everything in place. Okay, thermistor's in place, nice. Next, we are using, okay, so this is just the heatsink fan. So for this, we need the hot end fan that we removed earlier in M318s. I think these are M318s. I don't have my little measurement tool, but I do have calipers. I have to assume this is correct, but we'll measure it, why not? Okay. M318s. Yeah, these are M318s. All right, so we've got that. And we are going to, let's see, attach the hot end fan on the heatsink with two M318 screws on the left side. Tighten the screws gently but firmly, otherwise the plastic housing may crack. The cables must be pointing towards the lower left corner. Okay. There's a sticker on the hot end fan. The sticker must be in the, yeah. Okay. So we want our wires going towards bottom left corner. Let's see. Guide the fan cable through the cutout in the fan holder. This cutout maybe, or yeah, it has to be that cutout, I would think. Yeah. Let me just look at the picture to make no, it has to be there, I think. It's the only logical place. All right. So we're just attaching it with two screws. Maybe. Oh, come on. Why is it not wanting to go there? There we go. Okay. We're going to tighten it a little bit more in a moment here, but give it a second so I can get this other screw in. Did you guys see? So thank you guys for the reminder. Yeah, if you're here and you're enjoying the stream, please hit the like button. I don't know if you guys saw, but I just saw that Polymaker announced, it looked like, was it European distribution or was it European manufacturing? I think it's distribution. But I wonder, like, that should make things a lot quicker for everyone in EU. Does anyone have any more info on that? I don't think they... Somehow, like, I feel like that's something I should have been told, just as kind of being partnered up with Polymaker. 7 times is perfect. Okay, distribution, yeah. I don't have info on like how many SKUs it is and stuff like that, so I don't know. I assume it's not everything, but it's still really cool. Okay, so this one is going to the bottom outer, and we're routing it the exact same way, and I did get the cable through the correct opening, so that's good at least. So this is going like this. This is going through here. Maybe. Why is this not? There we go. Okay, and this just goes in the bottom left. Bam. All right. Another wire. So our heatsink cooling fan is in place. Distribution. Yeah. There's a post on their Discord about it. Made me so happy. Yeah, I just happened to see it like a little bit before the stream. Nothing in Belgium for the moment. Okay. Well, hopefully, I mean, it's just a start. Manufacturing is all in China. It's not all in China. They are manufacturing some stuff in the US. I think that, I don't know if I'm allowed to share more info, but I think in the next week they might they might talk about more US manufactured filament for the US. Only 7 countries, yeah. Okay. Again, I mean, it's still better than nothing, and hopefully that's just, once things are more streamlined, they can hopefully expand from there. Hey, Down Under. Joel mentioned a month ago and suggested they are going global with web stores. Okay, oh cool, nice. When I've won the packs, they've come from China. It frustrated me that there was a better source over here given it's coming from China. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I know that they've expanded their Texas operation quite a bit, but I don't know the extent of it. All right, so now we need, what do we need? We need our new fan, which is way beefier than the original one. It looks like we're not reusing anything. So we've got the fan, oops. These are all probably in polycarb, yes. These will be new pieces, not you. Let's see what we got here. So here is one piece. Here is, I think this is the right, yep. And this is, no, maybe? Yes, this is piece number 2. And then there's a third piece that should be pretty obvious. Yeah, here we go, number 3. Okay. We got those pieces, and then we need these. So these are all, these look like they're self-tappers. So let's see. M3 by 8. This is an M3 by 12, so that's not right. This is M3 by 8. How many M3 by 8? We need 2 of them. So 2 self-tapping M3 by 8s. Okay. And then we also need these little guys, 5 M3 5s. That's kind of a, feels like a non-standard size. How many did I say? 5? Yeah, 5 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. Wait, these are not. Okay, those are not self-tappers. No, these are not. Okay, so these are just M3 5. M3 5s. I cannot get this back in the bag. Okay, there we go. And then we need, don't fall on the ground. Probably shouldn't have set them so close to the edge. That wasn't exactly the smartest. Okay, and the last thing we need is some of these square nuts. It's like 5 of those. We'll open this up. Hey, Luke. Hey, it's going really good, man. Yeah, no complaints. Weather's, I mean, we've had such a mild winter here, but the weather's starting to get warmer, and I'm starting to slowly get into the groove of prepping for prepping for summertime in the garden. I'll show you guys one thing that I picked up that I'm really excited about. So I'm doing less seed starting this year because I seed started a bunch of stuff that didn't need to be seed started, like zucchinis and squash stuff, which I'm not even doing those. Squash bugs were so bad. But yeah, so I just got in a bunch of seeds that I had ordered to, I'm doing a lot of what I did last year, but then some new stuff. And I picked up this guy. Some of you might know what this is, some of you might not. So last year when I did the seed starting, I bought basically these like plastic, I think they were like 70 cell trays, and they kind of sucked. They were really small, and my peppers got root bound because I didn't up-pot or repot them quick enough. So I was gonna do it again, but then I discovered this, which is called soil potting. I don't know the actual term, but you get soil, right? And you wet the soil and you pack it into these cavities, and then you compress this, and it creates, I need to put the little ends on, but it creates basically little pots or little cups to start your seeds that are just made of dirt instead of plastic. So you don't have to use plastic, which is cool. Also, with this, you don't have to try to get it out of the plastic. You just plant the whole dirt pot, obviously, into the soil when it's ready to go to the garden. And because it is soil and not plastic, the roots should prune themselves. Typically, when roots hit air, they just kind of stop there. It's called air pruning. So I am pretty excited. I'm getting excited for garden stuff is basically what I'm getting at as the weather's getting warmer. So I love Buster D. I can drive 10 minutes and pick up my filament in there. Ambrosia is amazing stuff. I don't think I've ever used ambrosia. It looks awesome. I've seen it at a trade show and I've seen plenty of prints with it. I'm on my phone. It's not gonna tag everyone individually. No worries, man. Thanks for tuning in. Hey, Stuart. Hey, Ranch. Anyone else miss? Nice. Sounds like you're getting, yeah. Oh yeah, I'm getting pumped. I'm very excited. There's a lot of stuff I started last year. Like, oh, I'm probably gonna use that same, you were the one that recommended it to me last year. It was like a liquid tree fertilizer, and I used it for all the fruit trees, and they all performed really well for the first year and all had fruit. So I'm gonna use that same stuff again. And yeah, I'm just getting excited. I'm getting pumped. I've been talking to the kids about it. Oh, not the kid. I mean, Landon I talk to all the time. He doesn't understand, but Jackson, I've been, when the seeds showed up today, we kind of went through the envelope, and I showed him, I was like, here's watermelon seeds, and 2 different varieties of tomatoes, some pickling cucumbers, a new pepper, and some flowers. We're gonna try to do snapdragons, and then, oh, what was the other one? Marigolds. So, Pez Liz, happy Wednesday. Thank you so much for the 35 months. That is absolutely wild. I hope you were doing well. Hope everything's going well with you. I don't think I have Twitch on my phone. I'm pretty sure I don't, but I still get notified via email every time you guys, either you or you and Zombie go live, or you and Austin. Working in my garden is therapy for me. Really looking forward to getting out there and tidying up after winter. Yeah, you and me both, man. I absolutely love being out there. Steve, with the 5 gifted memberships, got a Hadouken, Squirrel. Thank you so much, Steve. I caught the beginning of your stream with Pooch yesterday or the day before. Was it Sunday? Was it Sunday stream? No, it was not Sunday stream. It was either yesterday or the day before. Jackson tried saying hi to you, but I said you were not on video, like a video call. This was you're live. Hobo with 25 months. Thank you so much, man. Cheers. Thank you for all the support, everybody. Yeah, thank you everybody. You guys are awesome. Okay, let's do this. So we need to preload some square nuts here. It looks like 2 in the bottom of this, 2 in the top of this, and then 1 on the side of this guy. So let's do that. I will probably change camera angle a little bit. Ah, no! All right, let's try to do this without screwing up anything. When are you heading out again, Steve? I know it's really soon. I know I just asked you too, but my memory's awful. I know it's very, very soon. Okay, so let's grab this guy. This is the one that needs most of our square nuts. And I think that it was the easiest to use these little needle nose. Okay, okay, got it. A week from today. For some reason, I thought it was like this next Monday, the latest. Are you ready? They're as ready as you're at least gonna be. Okay, this is a pretty thin part, so I'm going to try to be careful. That's pretty close to where we want to be. We'll just leave it there and hope it's good enough. Because this is PCCF, it's pretty stiff. I just don't want to apply too much force because it's not gonna flex very much. Not ready at all. Perfect. Checklists, man. You got enough time to create a solid checklist. Pretty much every trip I ever go on, not the night before. Usually it's a couple days before. Try to put together a checklist because I know that as it gets closer to it, I'll get more scatterbrained and always forget something in the last minute. So, having the checklist that I can just sort of quickly reference mindlessly in the end is really helpful. Hey, Fix'em! All right, this one. So yeah, the needle nose pliers make it a lot easier to grip one side and make sure that you're going in straight versus just trying to drop it in. All right, so let's see, get this one in. That looks perfect. Got 2 more. Luke, if you're still in here, how's the shop going, man? The storefront. It's gotta have been a couple of months now, right? I think since you opened up. Okay, so we got 4 in here, and then there's 1 more going inside of this piece, which this piece is incredibly hollow since it is a fan shroud. So let's try to be extra careful. Okay, we are going in at an angle. That's not what we want. We tried switching the angle. Why? Why are we not going in straight? This one's definitely a little bit trickier. Okay, I got it in enough where I think I can just probably push on it now. Ooh. Okay, we got it. That was definitely a little bit tighter than I would have liked. All right, all of our preloaded, or all of our nut traps, nut pockets are in. Now it says to grab, let's see, this guy and insert the fan. So it needs to be, insert the fan into the printed part, guide the printed blower cable through the channel in the case. Okay, so it needs to go like this. Okay. And then there is a little channel along the outside. We will do our best to keep this in. Maybe. Maybe not. It worked okay, I think. I might need to play with this a little bit. The section up here, so like this side, it feels pretty good. This side is definitely not in the recessed path. It's getting in there. I think I need a little more slack. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty good now. The only section that's not is the very end, which I don't understand why the very end is sort of doing its own thing. Weird. All right, I don't want to do that anymore. I'm gonna damage the cable. Hopefully that's just okay. Don't understand. Why are we popping out at the very end? All right, let's see what happens when we put the cover on. Who's that? Ballant? Hey, Ballant. Happy Wednesday. Okay, so let's just see. Yeah, it's probably gonna be okay. So we got this. We need the flat part, which goes on like this. Yeah, it seems like that's fine. Hopefully I didn't damage that wire. I think we're probably fine. I don't see any metal shining through. Probably okay. All right, so now we are going to use the self-tapping screws, I believe. Let's see. Insert the printed fan blower, close the fan case, secure the cover with the 2 self-tapping screws, yeah. And this uses that special Torx bit, right? Is what it's called? Screws cut threads directly in the plastics. There might be some resistance. Okay, that's probably plenty tight. Who's that? Acidify? Acidify! Hey, Acidify. Happy Wednesday. Thanks for being here. Okay. Definitely not going overly tight with these. Okay, so that's in place. Very nice. And then attach the fan shroud to the printed fan blower assembly. Notice 2 teeth on the front. Fan shroud and 2 rectangular holes in the blower assembly. Close the fan shroud and secure it with one of the... Okay. It looks relatively straightforward. So we are going to... 2 little slots here. I don't know how well that's coming through. You see them? Yeah, two openings here and 2 matching openings on this shroud. So we are going to insert at an angle those teeth, and then hopefully that will catch. I'm gonna be mindful of there we go. Okay, so yeah, that caught. And then there is one of our preloaded nuts. So this just should drop in here, hopefully. Hopefully it's long enough. It kind of feels a little short, but we'll see. Seems like it's grabbing. Also, I'm not in focus. Okay, it's plenty tight. There we go. We got our fan, and we got our new fan shroud, which is a lot bigger than this is what we're replacing. This little guy, so should move a lot more air. Okay. Attach the fan shroud to the fan blower. Wait, didn't we do that? Yeah, we did. We did that, right? Yeah. Okay, so now take the printed fan blower assembly and guide the fan cable through the cut on the left side of the fan blower. Use the same cutout through which the heatsink was. Attach the print fan blower assembly to the metal forks of the fan to engage it into the printed part. Ensure that the holes on both are aligned on the left side of the fan. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. Okay. So let's do this. Steve, I don't know if you're still I don't know if you're still in here or have this on, or if you're at work, or what you must be at work today. If not before, because probably not before, the next week's probably kind of crazy, but when you're back from this trip, let's start kicking the can on the next build and seeing where the project is at. And yeah, let's do that. Oop. Wait, this is not supposed to go inside. Oh, it is supposed to go inside. Okay, so there's openings in the printed part, so these metal pieces actually slot into the printed part, which yeah, it seems like that'll probably work. Interesting. Is the fan shroud supposed to be that? Feels weird. Where's the block? I guess the block is offset. Huh, so that is, it just looks weird. Okay. Get these screws in. Screws in. I gotta tighten these a little bit more, but I just want to get them all in first. I also want to be careful. The walls on this printed part are quite thin, so unless, yeah, it doesn't say anything about being careful, but we need to be careful. Hopefully that's tight enough. Just kind of wrist tightening it. Okay. I could easily, tighten these up more later, but I think that's probably plenty tight. All right, so that is in. Didn't say to attach the cable yet. Okay, we already did that. Okay, so now it's telling us to attach the cable. So we're gonna feed it through the same slot on this side. Like this. For some reason this top one is being, there we go, a little bit more stubborn. And this guy is going in the center. Okay. This one's got quite a bit of slack. I almost wonder if I should pull the cable down a little bit. Okay, we'll leave that for now. Okay. We're getting there on this tool head. There are two variants of the Prusa nozzle that we ship with the printers. Prusa nozzle CHT, Prusa nozzle Mark 4S. The CHT is usually a default option, however, when using ME3, we recommend to continue using the standard Prusa nozzle. What do we want to do? I anticipate that we won't use the MMU3 for a little bit. Like, yeah, I have a feeling we won't use the MMU3 for a little bit here because we're gonna go straight to the CoreOne. So do you think we should just go with the CHT? It's kind of what I'm thinking. Well, it's possible to print with the Prusa nozzle CHT. Yeah. Please note that specific settings are required to achieve high quality multiplayer prints. Place a nozzle. Please use the instructions here. I haven't had to swap a nozzle on this in a long time. This guy will take you to the original placement nozzle. The following instructions are compatible with all pre-cap. This method requires printing the nozzle replacement tool. I don't have that. So we already did that. We already pulled it. We've already done this. We're unplugged. Okay. Okay, so yeah, let's just try to do this. So our block is block's right here. Nozzle's right here. I wonder what am I running on here? So this is a. Do we still think it's worth upgrading? So this is a Obsidian, a Prusa Obsidian nozzle. Do we want to go with CHT over Obsidian? This is actually not the stock. It's been a long time since I've upgraded or swapped it out. So what do we think? I'll go CHT if we think that, but I thought we were rocking just a standard nozzle, but it's not the case. It's the Obsidian nozzle. I also can grab another, if we want to do a different nozzle, I also have a conch nozzle from Fadus if we want to try that out. I'd have to run upstairs and grab it, but I'm pretty sure I know where it's at. So our options are keep Obsidian, go to brass CHT. Hardened Obsidian I'd pick over brass high flow. Okay, there's one. I'm gonna leave my mic on because Aaron and the kiddos are gone right now. So let me walk through the house and try to grab, if I can find the other nozzle so you can take a look at it. Empty. Pretty sure it is in my closet, and I think I know where in the closet it is. Let's see. Pretty sure I left it right here. Yes. What is this? This is so Prusa nozzle and extruder. Prusa nozzle and extruder. This is for 3. Okay, so I got 2 of these. Okay, I kind of think this is the nozzle that I want to go with. I'll show you guys this one. I don't know a ton about it. These were sent along with an extruder. An extruder was the only thing that I knew was coming. These look pretty cool. So these are bimetal, it looks like, with an insert. I don't see nozzle diameter on them. They have the same SKU, so maybe they're just standard 0.4. So okay, so yeah, I've got this guy, which looks really nice, which is what John Under's saying, the sick extruder. So the question I have, I don't think that this is high flow Obsidian, unless they don't have both variants of it. It says PROBX 0.4. Do we know if that's high flow? I kind of think it's not. Let's see. Let's see if we go Obsidian nozzle extruder. Can't see the markings on it. Are they just high flow? Or is that the only... Is that the only variant that exists? Because if that's the case, then that's what it is. I just don't know if they make two versions, one that's like a standard and one that's a high flow. High quality, hardened steel. This one doesn't say anything about high flow. I'm pretty sure this is what I have. I just don't know if there's any difference between this one and Prusa Obsidian nozzle. It kind of looks like there's just one variant. I don't know. We can keep it then. Doesn't seem like anyone's too excited about running the Fadus ones, so that's fine. I can keep these, and if we get some sort of unfixable clog or something like that, I will be able to swap it in. So we'll stick with what we've been running then. And we will go back to here. Hot end assembly. I don't know. Oh, here we go. It came with a silicone sock. I was gonna say I don't think that my Prusa ever had a silicone sock. Does anyone know if that's something that they changed? Like they didn't originally come with silicone socks. So I would assume I would have been running it otherwise. But this is new. This is from the upgrade kit. Let's see if we can get it on here. Jeez. Okay, we have got our sock, and then we need our thumb screws, which are right here. Okay, it says insert 2 thumb screws into the heatsink, do not tighten them completely. So we'll start by doing that. Let me move you guys a little bit. I think I'm gonna probably end up blocking. So the one thing we do need to be a little bit careful of is these wires. So we just don't want to pinch them. So that maybe that's why we need a little bit of slack so they can go up a little bit higher. Okay, they shouldn't be pinchable at this point. Okay, those are in. Look closely at the underside of the heatsink and find the hole for the hot end assembly. Into the hot end assembly tube into the hole and slide the whole thing into the heatsink. Push the hot end assembly all the way into the heatsink. There should be a 2mm gap between the heatsink and the brass part of the nozzle. While pushing the hot end in, tighten both screws. Avoid pinching any cables. It must fit between the cutouts of the X carriage. Okay, so we're gonna shove this in. Okay. Oh. You're gonna see my head for a sec. Or at least my hat. I think it's going in right here. There we go. Okay. That is not straight. That is straighter. Let's see, right about there. Well, it still rotates without too too much effort. So I think I probably need to tighten these thumb screws down a bit more. It's about as tight as that one's going. Okay, the bottom one has a little bit more room for tightening. Okay, hopefully that is enough. Looks like, yeah, it's pretty straight. Okay. Let's see. Verify the nozzle is fully inserted. The copper ring on the nozzle should not be visible if it's properly seated. See like the very edge of it, but to be fair, I think I see the very edge of it in this photo as well. So I think we're fine. Let me take my hat off so I can get in closer. Yeah, that looks close to right. Okay. To adjust the nozzle position, loosen the thumb screw, remove the nozzle, and tighten the screws. Yeah, no, ours does not look like that. Ours looks much more like that. Okay. Okay, so now we are going to be feeding our heater wires up here. Okay. Like this. And we're just gonna clip on. You guys can't see that. Okay, and this is going to clip on at the very top here. Maybe, come on. There we go. Okay, and then I think it's just one last wire, which is our thermistor wire. Let me confirm that. Guide the hot end thermistor cable. Yeah, so the thermistor cable is our final one that's still open. Definitely getting full. Oh, there we go. Gotta push it a little bit. And then this guy should just pop in, hopefully. Nope. There we go. Okay. Yeah, thermistor definitely doesn't really want to stay in. I wonder if I can sort of, let's see, I don't want to damage it, so let's use a ball end. Just kind of push this at an angle. That's probably okay. Okay. That is in. So we should be good with those cables. Still have some other cables to reseat though. Let's see, fan door cover. So that's a new piece, it looks like. Yep. And an M330 screw. I think you must be the M330. And this is just going on here. Okay, so this guy is just going to slot on like this. This is going to drop down. So this is just really more of an aesthetic thing to cover these screws and cables a bit. Let's say attach the fan door hinge to the compartment, holes, insert the M330, fully tighten the screws and loosen it a quarter turn. Okay. That's too tight. That's probably good enough. Like, I don't think we want it loose, but at least this can pivot. It's a little bit of force, but I think we want it like that to stay in place. So I'm gonna leave it like that for now. Maybe a hair more. We'll do a hair. The tiny. Yeah, that's fine. We'll leave it like that. Okay. Next up, okay, so next up we're just gonna plug in the other cables that we previously removed. Let's see, so one on top, you can kind of see, just goes right back in here, like so, and then we'll turn this like this. Just gonna plug these two in. Looks like, are they the same size? They're not. So 3-pin is going on the bottom, like that, and 4-pin is going on the top, like that. Okay. Before covering electronics, check the connections on all cables. Close the idler mechanism before proceeding to the next step. You already have done so. Use the following. Okay, so we need to push. I don't fully understand. Oh, I never released mine, it looks like, right? That's what it's saying? Is this? Yeah, okay. So I never released this, so we were fine. Snapped in place. Cool. I don't remember the instructions telling us to release it, but okay. Okay, these are new parts, so we will take out, I think it's the last two pieces in here. All right, M310. I think this is probably this piece, but let's check. Yeah. Okay. Curve and arrange the cables. Okay, they're already curved. There's not really a whole lot of space for them to. Let's see. Cover the cables with the lead board right. Do not pinch the cables. Okay. So for this one, this is just going to go like this, I think. Yeah, let's get our screw. Not exactly sure on the front how this is supposed to lock in. Maybe just up against the... I guess as you tighten it, it kind of just finds its place. Okay, let's loosen it here. Okay, that seems fine. Let's see. Also, we will, in half an hour, someone remind me, we'll open up the Polymaker giveaway. Let's see, make sure the lead board cover right fits snugly against the right side extruder. If not, it may cause the X-axis test to fail. Hey, Lisa! Happy Wednesday. Okay, this says push all cables to the extruder to make more space around them. Okay. Slide the lead board cover over and push it all the way down. The cover must go behind the X carriage back. Okay. So let's change angles for a sec here. So I think that we're probably okay with this. Let me see. Looks like it just kind of wants the cables to be tight-ish. We'll try it. We'll see how this goes. So this is going over here. That seems fine. Wow, that really does clean things up quite a bit. Yeah, I think that locked in. Did it lock in? Yeah, sure seems like it did. Cool. Yeah, that really cleaned things up. Be careful not to pinch any cables. Slide over the extruder, push all the way down. Yep, ensure the two plastic covers fit together perfectly. I think they do. That looks good to me. That was tough, but you made it. Yay! Probably the time where you'd have some gummy bears. Take the MMU3 and attach it. I don't want to attach the MMU3 right now. I think for our test print, when we're done with this, like when we start up a test print, I'll just run a Bowden tube. I don't actually know where, unfortunately, the Prusa spool holder is. It might be in a drawer upstairs, so we'll figure it out. But yeah, I'm not gonna attach the MMU3 right now. Okay, I already ate my gummy bears. All right, so now we are going into the electronics box. Let's change. I have to assume I don't need to keep, let's see, this cover we clearly don't need to keep. This piece we definitely don't need to keep as well because we just replaced it. And I'll probably hold on to the fan for now. It is a, looks like it's a Delta fan, so it's a decent fan. I'll probably keep this for another project. Off here. All right. Oh, I kicked my shovel. Now if the phone stops, I'll be good. Oh, work stuff? Okay, so it says release 4 screws from the cover. So let's do this. I'm probably gonna unplug the MMU3 for right now too, since we're going in here. Oops. I might have to I think I have to reflash firmware, right? I'm almost positive that when you do the MMU3, there's a firmware associated with it. It's been a while since we've done the, oops, you also, why am I showing you guys a screen share? Okay. That came off nicely. And now, let's see. Okay, remove the 2 covers, or 2 screws on the bottom as well. It's these guys. Hey LTX, happy Wednesday. Okay, it says we're not going to be reusing this plastic cover again. It comes with a new cover, that's what it looks like. So let's hold on to these screws. Let's move this guy out of the way. Also, where is our cable? Okay, so this is where our cable comes in for the MMU. So I think we unplug this right now as well. Looks like it's primarily this big cable right here. Is that it? Yeah, it looks like that's it. It's just a single cable. I think if we loosen these 2 screws up top here, I can pull the MMU3 cable out. I might not even have to, yeah, no, we gotta release those. Milliseconds too slow? What did I miss? Oh, these are zip tied together. Oh, okay. We'll have to cut this, that's okay. We'll zip tie it again later, I suppose. All right. Let's see if we can pull this guy out. I would assume probably. Maybe if I go from an angle. Maybe not. Maybe we need to take off both of these pieces. Yeah, it looks like I need to loosen the other pointed part as well. Okay, we are so close. Come on, part. You're so close. You're so close. There we go. Okay. All right, cable's out. Let me try to keep this with the MK4 so I don't lose it. Let's tighten this guy back in place. Okay, let's look at the instructions before I put the cover back on this, because I don't know if we're going to be routing more cables through here. Sure doesn't look like it. Okay, let's put this back on then. Just so it's back in place. This goes like that. This goes like... Jeez, this doesn't really want to fit on. That's probably why. I see why it has that zip tie on top. This is a pretty tight fit. Okay. So it seems if you use 3 capitalized characters in a row, YouTube filters you know. Really? Why? Is that the formula for rage chat? If you use 3 capitalized characters, surely you're up to no good. How's your build been going down under? You were doing the Delta Flyer, right? Okay, I think I've got plenty of zip ties left over from the Micron build. Maybe. There's got to be zip ties here somewhere. Like we just did this. Hold on. Really? Where would? There was a ton of zip ties here, and apparently they've all disappeared. How is that possible? Well, I must just, hold on. Must be looking in the wrong spot. Okay, definitely not in here. What? There was probably like 40 or 50 zip ties. They must be staring me in the face from somewhere. Okay, well, worst comes to worst, I will zip tie that piece later. It's not gonna make or break anything. I'm just very confused as to why. Ah, there they are. Okay. Doesn't look like my question went through. It's doing, YouTube chat is doing weird stuff today. Deanna said that it deleted 3 of her messages. I never saw any of her messages today. I definitely didn't change any settings. Like, it should all be identical to what it's been, so I don't know what in the world's going on. Okay, so let's just start by tightening it up here so we can get it started. Like that. And we'll drop it down here and bring it in. Okay, I think that's about as tight as I'm getting it, and that's plenty tight. Boom. Test. I see Candyman. I think YouTube is being YouTube. Yeah. If there's anything I have learned from, 12 years of being on YouTube in some way, shape, or form, is that it is consistently inconsistent. Did you see? Hey, Steve. Did you see my question, Luke? How's the store going? I asked you earlier, but I don't know if you had ducked out for a little bit. Okay, so now it says, release the 2 M3x6 screws from the heat bed cable holder and remove it from the printer. So that is gonna be the thing you guys cannot currently see because camera angles. Okay, so this guy up here looks like we need to remove. So 1 screw off, 2 screws off, remove it from the printer. Done. You'll no longer need these printed parts. You got it. Gently remove the ESP01S Wi-Fi module from the printer by pulling it out of its connector. So it looks like remove a screw. Remove a screw. And then it just gently... Okay, so just pull outwards from this side. I just DM'd the question to you since YouTube is eating the messages. Okay, I'll take a look. There you are. On a video system, I made sure back. It didn't have Avid as a machine. I see it as Avid now, but it doesn't specify it's an older. Mock Avids are the new Centroid flavor. Would you happen to know which flavor G-code milling millage is set up for? I don't know the answer to that specific question. I think 1 or 2 of my colleagues has an Avid CNC, but what I don't know is if they are using direct control or whether they're generating the G-code and then exporting it out to the Avid machine. If you have a specific model number and you want to message me it, then either this evening, probably tomorrow, because most of my devs are on Europe time, I can post it in the chat and confirm. Also, you should be able to download the RC, or no, you should be able to get a trial of the full release for 30 days. If you can't, like, if for some reason it's not letting you get a trial, let me know and I can message support and probably have them bump you for 30 days to try out the full release to make sure it'll work. So just let me know. Let me know. Yeah, for anyone that's been playing along, my day job is for Lightburn, and so I've been doing not all, but a lot of their videos covering Lightburn software for the last 3.5 years. No, 4 years. And over the last few months, I've been working on the tutorial videos for our sister software called MillMage, which is basically Lightburn, but for desktop routers. And that launched officially after years of development yesterday. So we're really excited about that, and that's kind of what I've been busy with. You can actually see my Micron. This is where my Micron's currently parked, but there's the Shapeoko that I've been using for a lot of the video work I've been doing. And yeah, so it was really exciting that released yesterday. That's what LTX was asking about, was MillMage. The trial doesn't specify which controller it supports. You need to use 5 caps to get Streamlabs to yell at you. We tried it in David's stream yesterday. The trial doesn't specify which controller it supports. It should specify the flavor of Gerbil that it supports, which is most of them. Or are you said it's not Gerbil, it's a mock controller? Classic Workshop, any flat surface? Yeah, flat surfaces are are dangerous. They all just, you see, oh, I can put my stuff here. Yeah, no, I'm very guilty of that. Okay, gently remove the ESP controller from the printer by pulling out the connector. Even if you no longer need this part for your printer upgrade, keep it for future projects. Okay, great. Centroid is the firmware running on it. Any specs you can send me, LTX, about the machine and firmware it's running, please post it in Discord and I'll just copy and paste that. Working to increase hot ends, build plates, and part product lines. Nice. Okay, cool. This is wild. None of my tags to Modbot are being shown. Interesting. Yeah, chat has been like, this is this. I mean, I know it's like it's slow today as far as like people hanging out. I think Nero is doing a stream that went live an hour ago, or maybe just recently, which is probably part of it. But I think part of it is that some of the chat messages just aren't showing up on my end, which is unfortunate. Okay, so for this next thing, we need our new board, one of our new boards, which is this guy. And our new printed piece, which is this guy. Let's place this here. Place this here. And the last thing we need are 3 M312 screws, which we have got in this upgrade kit. Very nice. Okay, so this says, insert the ESP module into the Wi-Fi cover, position it just below the bridge on the left side. Okay, let's see if I can do this. So it looks like it wants this to be... Hold on. It's a very tight fit. So you definitely have to go with the left side in first, because that's not going to be sticking out. But the thing I'm having an issue with is the right side. Why are we not? Oh wait, I think I just got it. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Took a little bit of playing around with to get it in there. This is like stealth slow mode. The chat? It's so weird. Like I'm pretty sure. Have you guys noticed chat being broken on other streams, or is it just like this stream? I don't think I changed. The only thing I changed was latency, and I made the latency less. So we've got low latency. We're public. Stream. Yeah, I don't think I've done anything on my end. It should all be the same. Okay, it says to make sure that our port is popping out the back side. It sure is. Is it centered? I wouldn't necessarily say that, but that's probably fine. I mean, that's probably okay. On the other side, ensure the connector is fits correctly. Okay, it doesn't say centered, just says fits correctly, which it does fit correctly. So, be very careful when handling and connecting the ESP module to avoid bending and damaging the pins. Take the Wi-Fi cover assembly and connect the ESP module pins to the connector in the buddy board. Position the heated bed cable into the cutout in the Wi-Fi cover. Close the cover carefully, ensuring the pins are properly engaged. Double check the bed cable and secure it with M312 screws. Okay. I think I can do that. So we are going to be working in this area. I'm just going to start by aligning these pins with the pins that are sticking out right here. Like, I think that looks like that all went in fine. Heat bed cable looks like it's perfect. Well, not perfect, but good. And then I think all we should be doing at this point is taking these screws on all streams. Interesting. I hope it's a quick fix on YouTube's side for whatever they have done. Because yeah, I don't know what the deal is. Okay, this is not going in. Now it is. And all you can see is hand. Let's move my hand a little bit. That definitely shifted. It seems like it's working. Okay. Yeah, what do they do? So the main issue is what? It's just not showing up chat. So like people are talking, but you can't see it. And is it just me that can't see it, or can nobody see your chat? Why is this not going in? There we go. A little bit tricky to get this lined up. Out of curiosity, I pulled up the stream on my phone, and 2 of my messages from here have been skipped. What in the world is going on? All this. Oh, this did not go in. That did not go in. All right, hold on. I'm gonna switch angles and see if I can get this to start actually threading in. There we go. Okay. Well, if you're here and you can hear me at least, if anybody has posted a chat message and has not gotten a response from me, I apologize, and I promise I'm not ignoring anybody. I'm just not seeing a lot of messages pop up. No, it's the toggle between live chat and top chat that I always deal with. Live chat. I don't know what. Oh. Wait. Okay, so now it says top chat. So I should switch that to some messages such as potential spam may not be visible. Now I can do live chat. Okay, so now it's on live chat. When did that become a thing? Has that always been a thing? Okay, well now we're on live chat. I've never touched that toggle prior to this. I find they disappear too. I was moderating for Polymaker last week, and even things I posted disappeared, but I detest top chat. Yeah, that's weird. What even is, just switch to live and I see a lot more. Never saw that option. Oh wait, so you're saying that you guys also have the ability to switch to live chat? Got it. So this isn't me moderating, or not, this isn't me moderating like what you guys are seeing. This is just on my local level, what's coming through. It's not that I have live chat running and it's still broken. Got it. Interesting. I don't like any of this. What was wrong with it before? Like it's been working fine for, you know, or at least okay. Okay, for the steps, please repair the buddy box cover, okay? The new printed part, which is this piece right here that says NFC on it. We need some small, okay, I've got 4 M36 screws, and then for the M310s, I don't know if they have those. That must be these pieces. Yeah, these must be M310s. Okay. Next. Oh, okay. Now we need the NFC coil, which is this guy. I have a filter option for all messages or top chat. Got it. I don't remember. Does anyone know? Like, that's been a thing for a long time? Because I've never touched that. Mine was set to top chat. I didn't choose that though. Like, that's just what it was. Now I set it to live chat. Yeah, it defaults to top chat. Why? It should remember at the very least if you're logged in what you chose. 2 more messages eaten even with live chat. Top chat tried to prioritize members and frequent chatters, I think. Yeah, that's not cool. It's not cool at all. I still haven't been able to tell Mod about my Delta Flyer build is getting close to done. It's been 20 minutes. I finally got it. I finally see it. That's awesome. Has the build been pretty smooth overall, or? Okay, so this is, we need the coil, the film, and the cable. We've got that. Starting December 2024, package may include another version of the coil with a different assembly process. Check your version and follow the correct steps. Okay. Mine does not look like the one, oh no, mine does look like the one in the picture. This NFC is pre-assembled with the antenna cable and adhesive layer attached. No. You have a pre-assembled version. No, I don't have a pre-assembled version. Okay, so this is saying peel off protective layer from the NFC coil. Wait, what? I don't have that. Okay, so you have to apply it first, right? I'm assuming. I'm confused. Connecting the NFC antenna. If you have the pre-assembled version, which I don't have, I'm just clicking this to see what the difference looks like. Okay, this is just covering the cable process. The NFC coil version is pre-assembled, which I don't have. I have this one. Okay, if you have, no, we don't have that. Okay, this is basically showing attach, it looks like attach the adhesive to the coil side. So I take it I am going to be peeling. Kind of confusing, those instructions. I don't know why, like it's not really, but I feel like they could be a bit more clear. Okay, so I think we're just centering it. It doesn't really say, if you have the pre-assembled, nope, the coil is pre-assembled, adhesive layer attached, doesn't really say anything about this. So we are going to peel off the, hold on. Yeah, so we're definitely peeling this side first. I think we need to attach the antenna first, actually. Let's start by doing that. It might not matter, but let's just do it. Well, there's nothing blocking the antenna. Okay, that is snapped on. Fixing, I mean irreparable. I think I missed your message prior to the one that says irreparably break. It doesn't, that's like the only message, Tuxedo. Like it looks like you're responding to yourself maybe. Okay, this is not coming off. It only wants to peel. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to just peel this side first, stick it on there, and then try to peel this off because I cannot get this side this other side off. So let's just try this and see how it goes. So we're just gonna attempt to like center this sort of. Okay, that looks relatively centered. This sucks, chat adds so much. Yeah, I mean, I agree completely. If I wanted to stand in front of a camera and just pretend that I'm streaming, like, well, I guess, I mean, you guys can still see me, but the whole point, like, it's very boring for me. Me just narrating what I'm doing, like, is not fun. I mean, it's not fun, but it's definitely not the enjoyable part of streaming. It's like the random conversations, it's the check-ins. Let's keep our fingers crossed that this is a very temporary thing and that by next Wednesday we're sort of back to where we were. Okay, I feel like that's probably stuck on there good enough. The place it's going to be sticking on. Gently insert the NF quick on the part and position it correctly. The antenna cable and cable solder joint on the coil board must be oriented as shown. Okay, so we need to grab this board and we need to stick this like, wait, what? The picture is different, which is kind of confusing me. So I'm going to assume that cannot be right. Did I stick it on the wrong side? It sure looks like I might have. Oh, did I stick it on the wrong side? Because on this picture, it looks like the adhesive is on the coil side, but the antenna is on the other side. On mine, if my antenna and my sticker coil are on the same side, but this looks like they have it set up like that too. So what am I missing here? There's no divot. The antenna is going to be... Hey Kegel, chat's broken. That's the only thing that's really happening right now. I'm really confused at this point. So let me just show you guys, like, it's very possible I stuck this on the wrong side, but the adhesive looked like it was supposed to go on the coil side, so I stuck the adhesive right there in the center of this, but the antenna point is there. So if I try to stick this onto here, it's not going to adhere because the antenna is sticking up. Right? Like, that's how it's going to be. So I did something wrong, but I don't fully understand what, because this is a completely different board than what I have. If we go back to the other board type. Okay, so this has it soldered. So I have to assume... Yeah, so this is what I have. Okay, that's what I did wrong. I stuck it on the wrong side. Lovely. Can we get this off? Sure as hell doesn't look like it. That sucks, dude. I take my responsibility for part of it, but the instructions also just sucked for this. Yeah, we lost our adhesive. I don't think I've got... This is a really, really thin adhesive, which I have to assume is because the distance for the coil and the NFC is not very deep. So I will very likely need to use similar... I'll likely need to find a similar adhesive. Avoid covering the holes in the NFC coil board. Do not put any of the tape over it. I can probably find whatever this adhesive is. This is 367 MP. 367 MP. Nope, nope. MP adhesive. Adhesive transfer tape. I don't know if this is gonna matter. Like, we might be taking it off in a moment here for the CoreOne, so I'm not sure if I should really worry about this. And there might be adhesive in the CoreOne box, so I'm kind of thinking maybe we just leave it. But it's probably not a bad idea to order some of this. 367 MP adhesive. Okay, you cannot buy this on Amazon, unfortunately. Can you buy it from their website? So we don't need more than, I don't know, an inch by, sure. All right, let me get the giveaway link open. This isn't, yeah. Short URL, copy. Okay, the giveaway link is officially in chat. All right, so we're probably just gonna move forward here. I don't know exactly. Peel off the adhesive tape and see coil and see the correct orientation. Leave at least 2 mm space. Locate the smaller on edge of the coil. Make sure it's plugged in. Yeah. CoreOne kit should come with it. Yeah, I would think so as well. We'll probably just leave the NFC reader off for right this second then. I think I will just attach... I'll put this back in the original box. We don't need this. We don't need this. We don't need this. The adhesive. Sad, sad. Okay, well, let's just bolt the cover on. I'll leave the NFC off for now. These are push to M310 screws. Okay. M310s. It's not the end of the world. If it doesn't have it, I'll source it. But for right now, I don't want to try to Mickey Mouse it together. I could potentially hot glue it. I have to see if I even have hot glue right now. But I could potentially hot glue it, but I just don't know that I want to go through that. Especially if we're going to be removing it in the not so distant future. So. Okay, let's see if we can get this in. Okay, that is screwing in. So it just compares to what comes up on screen. Take two. Okay, so we got our NFC cover without NFC. we are faking out. Be careful not to pinch the NFC cable. We don't have to worry about that. Giveaway link is open too for anyone that is here and wants to enter in. It should just be throwing the front cover back on, I would think. Arrange the NFC. Yeah, we don't need to do that. Okay, last step is putting this piece back on. These are just short screws, so this is gonna go like this, right? Yep. All right. Should be powering this on, I think, in just a moment here. We probably need to flash firmware, though. Like, most definitely need to flash firmware. Which means I need to find a flash drive. Unless there's one on this desk down here. Oops. Okay. Why are we so out of focus? No, it's because I can't get, with the angle, I can't get both in focus. What is this plug for? Does anyone know? No, oops, I just shoved the screw in the wrong slot. There we go. I don't know what that like connection is for on the back of this. Hey clown, chat is broken today. I don't know what's going on. YouTube did something bad. So all right, serial number time. We do have that. Where's this going? Serial number sticker. Nope. Where did I throw it out? I'm damn well might have. Maybe it's in one of the bags I just threw out because it's a. Let's see, electronics. This is empty. No, this looks all empty to me. Where's our serial? There it is. Okay. A new serial number. We're gonna get a new serial number in a bit too. All right, serial number, silver label. Yeah, it's very extremely broken. This step is required in order to provide warranty. Don't throw a label or remove them. Replay the printer frame. Sick. All right, we're gonna replace our tag. Oh, side view. Okay. Final step to make it official. Probably should clean this up, but it's, again, this is only going to be our serial number for really today, and then we're going to tear this thing apart. So awesome sauce. We've got our serial number, so I think this should probably be it, minus update firmware and make sure that it's working. You will no longer need these. Got it. Don't need the Wi-Fi cover. Don't need this broken zip tie. Okay. So, even if you no longer need food, keep it for your robot. Yeah, we already all that. Gummy bears. Congratulations, you successfully upgraded connectivity and thus completed. Before you start printing, you need to do some self-test and activate new features. Let's go to the final chapter, pre-flight check. All ship kits for the latest firmware. However, we're going to check the possible firmware upgrade. Okay. So we are going to need to definitely download firmware. MK4S support firmware. Okay, so let's do a couple things here. I need to grab a flash drive, and I'm going to really quickly clean the powder coated sheet that I took off with some Dawn dish soap. I'll take you guys with me. The audio might cut out at some point. I'm not sure. It's pretty far to get to the kitchen, like from where we're at right now. But if not, I'll just keep talking. Maybe this is the closest we're gonna get to a kitchen stream. All right, got my dish soap. We're rubbing dish soap in. I like to get the water pretty hot. I'm cleaning the build plate. Normally, if it's just a touch up, I will just use some isopropyl alcohol and a paper towel. But I mentioned before last week's stream that the Prusa had been sitting for a bit, largely because I didn't have space for the MMU3 and all the filament management. So there's quite a bit of just dust and stuff that's kind of landed on here, and I think if I use isopropyl and paper towels, I'll largely be smearing some of that stuff in. So okay, this looks clean, at least one side of it. I didn't clean both sides. Let's make sure I use the side I just cleaned. No idea whether you guys are able to hear me the whole time. Okay, now I'm gonna run upstairs and try to find a flash drive. A little ironic, but I'm gonna grab a flash drive from the Elegoo printer. All right, coming back. Okay, I'm 99% sure that this is the side that I cleaned. So let me finish drying the other side. I don't want any water on the PCB. Okay. All right, that is in. I think we downloaded the firmware, so I'm pretty sure all I should have to do is pop in this flash drive. Hopefully it shows up. It sure does. And then I think we go here, drag this over to the flash drive. Eject. Okay. Let's do this. Plug in for the GPIO hacker board. Got it. Okay. That makes sense. Forgot about that board. Okie dokie. So let's pop this USB drive into the side here, like so, and then let's get. So here's our extension cable. Yeah, here we go. So this should just plug into the power supply like this. And we should have power. We do have power. New Mark IV firmware. Is that what we want? Is it Mark IV firmware? It shouldn't say Mark 4S. 6.4. I mean, that is what we. It is what we want, so. Okay. Testing. All right, I see wick. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 5, 4. Connect the power cable, turn the printer on, flash the firmware. Okay, so we've done that. After upgrading the new firmware, navigate to settings, hardware. Okay, so let's let the firmware flash. You guys can hear me, right? Like, I'm here, right? This is definitely the most busted I've seen chat. Maybe ever, probably ever. Okay. Firmware's updated, bootloader's updating. Now it's installing. Okay, cool. Kenneth hears me. Yeah, I think everything on my end is normal. Like, so as far as audio, video quality, I'm pretty sure it's just chat. It's just chat that's busted. One more reminder, giveaway link is open. We've got 62 entries so far. Also, if you have not hit the like button, please do. What are we at? We got 43 likes. Let's get to 60 likes. That's 60 likes. We need 17 more likes. Flashing ESP. I can post. All right, so it says now to go to settings. Is touchscreen on? No touchscreen. Oh, it does work. Wait, filament sensor. Yeah. Okay, so what are we doing? MMU3. We want off. Okay. MK4S. Okay, settings hardware. Set the nozzle high flow. Nozzle hardware. Okay, so we're changing it to a Mark 4S, right? I would think so. Print head. This is definitely hardened. And maybe high flow. We're not doing MMU3. Right? Or I don't know. If you have the MMU3 modified extruder. Okay, so we do have that. Calibrate filament sensor. I think that's fine. Yeah. So cool. Let's run a self-test. All right. So where is that? Control. Calibrations. Control calibrations test and select the first test in the list. Fan test. Sick. The fan is working. At least the first fan. So that fan's spinning. That's running both of them at the same time. Sweet. We passed our tests. Let's see. No, sure, we're going to put together the entire process. Okay, continue the remaining tests. All right, I'm gonna really quickly run up and grab a spool holder. I'll see if I can find the official Prusa one. Hopefully nothing bad happens during the self-test, but if I can't find the official Prusa one, then I've just got like a little 608 bearing spool holder that we can use just to get a print started. Let's see, if I have the Prusa one, it would very likely be in here. Nope, that is not the right. Oh, there it is, I found it, nice. You gotta go potty, monkey? Is that why you're crying? Come on, go outside. Come on. Come on, you can go outside. Let's go outside. Let's go. Come on. There you go. Let's go. Wow. Okay, hold on. I'll let doggy out real quick. Load cell test. Okay, we'll do that real quick. So we will need your help. Let's see. Tap the nozzle on beep. Load cell test passed. Okay. Okay. Super chat's broken too. $54 likes. We just need 6 more. 6 more. All right, Monkey's doing his thing. Also, we're gonna close the giveaway up in 7 minutes. Thank you, Emmer. I need a haircut, man. It's been, usually I try to get a haircut every month, but it ends up being like a month and a half. But I think it's been 2.5 months now, or at least 2 months. I got a hat on, but like, because I wear over the head headphones for work all day, I usually have got like this pretty cool like wave in my head, or just straight cockatoo in the back. I appreciate that though. All right, so it is now doing a heater test. It's trying to get the bed to 110. That is gonna take a while. I don't know if you saw, Armor, but the only thing we screwed up on was the NFC PCB. The instructions were sort of confusing. It said there was multiple versions, and it said there was like a pre-assembled version and a non-pre-assembled version. And it looked like we had the non-pre-assembled version because the 3M adhesive wasn't adhered, nor was the antenna. But technically, according to what I discovered later, we have the assembled version, but it wasn't assembled. I don't know. So we put the adhesive on the wrong side because I was following the non-assembled version, which is a different, like the antenna is soldered on the other side. So we did the conversion, like everything's done, but we don't have the NFC because I don't have the adhesive. And it looks like the adhesive has to be really fine for the NFC sensor or reader to work. So I can't just grab some like VHP, it's just way too thick. So I'm gonna hold off on the NFC and just see once we get the CoreOne installed whether I need to actually get that film or not. But yeah, that was the only thing. That instruction to me just could be better. Instead of it saying do you have the assembled or unassembled, because again mine was unassembled, if it just showed like if you have this one or this one, like the assembled process is I think kind of what threw me. Okay, attention, the test has failed. Huh. What failed? The heater didn't heat up? What? Interesting. I wonder why. It looked like it was rising in temp. Revise your printer config. It is a Mark IV. I mean, so I guess that I don't know that in itself. Should I be calling it a Mark 4S at this point, or is it still a Mark IV but configured as a Mark 4S? I would think it's a Mark 4S at this point. So that seems right. On the print head, that's right. It is hardened. It is technically high flow, it seems. It does have a silicone sock. Maybe that's the mistake. That could be it. The silicone sock would be quite substantially different, I think, compared to... So let's try that again. That's probably what the issue was. You wish to retry the failed self-tests? Yes. All right. Yeah, let's see what happens with that. Because there was not a silicone sock on prior to this upgrade. So it looks like now it's cooling everything down. We might not be printing. I might have to fire off the print when I get back from Jack's gymnastics. Okay, 3 more minutes and we'll do the giveaway. There's definitely some more people that have jumped in, so if you haven't entered in, chat is broken, so don't ask me questions, or you can try, but if I'm not ignoring you, like nothing is showing up on my end, really. So if you want to join the giveaway, it's pinned in chat. We're gonna close it in like 2 minutes here. Also, smack the like button. We just need 2 more to get 60. 1 more now. Nice. I feel like I'm missing jokes. I got an LOL for Tuxedo. I got crying face laughing from Nice. Okay, so now our hot end is heating up again. It's trying to climb up to 290. Will it pass or will it fail? It looks like it's climbing pretty dang slow. We're at 173 right now. So I don't know if there's an issue with the heating element. I would say, oh no, it worked. Heater, no, now it's cooling down. Okay. So it looks like it passed the test, and now it's the bed that needs to get configured. Jan has compliments only turned on. I would. Oh, cool! We hit 65 likes. Thank you, everybody. Hit like button. I appreciate you. Let's do. That's for today's chat being broken. Let me make sure Monkey's okay too. He's been out here for a while. Monkey. Oh, he went into the backyard. Monkey! Come on, let's go inside. I can hear him, but I cannot see him. It feels nice out here. Monkey! Come here! I don't see him. I see a bird. Monkey, come on, come here, buddy. All right, well, he's just living his best life. I'll have to get him after the stream. Normally I leave the dog run door closed, but it didn't happen this time. All right, we are closing the giveaway. 60 seconds, y'all. 60 seconds. I'm gonna snap this on here as well. Let's see. Wait, does this snap on the front or the back? I think it's, no, this seems right. There we go. Okay. I've said a lot of clever things that you're not being edified by. I'm sorry, Troy. Sorry, I promise it's not. It's not me. All right, I'm removing the giveaway link. Remove, unpin. Okay. If you're filling it out, you got another 60 seconds, and then we'll do the giveaway. All right, so the heated bed is finally cooled down. Now it is heating back up. So we should know, I would think, within just a few minutes. Although it says it's trying to heat up to 110, I don't think it actually wants it to hit 110. The hot end said it was heating to 290, and then it said it was good by like 220 or like 200-ish. So I think it just wants to see consistent climbing, maybe. Let's see, 74 entries. Yeah, I don't know. Yelling at YouTube right now. I'm so sad. I'm missing. Is it just me, or is everyone? I wonder if everyone's seeing the same thing I'm seeing. It's just checking it's only a PID tune. Cool. Okay. So hopefully it will be done soonish then. All right. So I've got everybody. Nope. Everybody's. What is happening right now? Hold on. Entries. Should be 74. Perfect. All right. We got 74. Oh, it's done. It's done. It's done. Hold on. Hold on. The gearbox alignment is only necessary for user to assemble their service. You can skip a step. No, we need to do it. Continue. Rotate each screw counterclockwise. Okay, let's do the giveaway first. All right, we got 74 people in the chat. Nope, in the giveaway. How many times are we shuffling today? Also, yeah, thank you to Polymaker for letting us do this giveaway. If you didn't hear earlier, Polymaker has expanded and they now have distribution in EU, which should help with shipping. According to NICE, it's currently only available to 7 countries, but it's still an awesome start. And we'll do 7 for 7 countries that they are shipping to in EU. But yeah, if you are needing to pick up some filament, there is a link in the description that does support the channel, but doesn't cost you anything extra, which is always appreciated. Thank you to everyone that has been using the links. I get notified not when there's an order, but at certain like levels of orders, and people are definitely using them, so that's pretty sweet. Now everybody's chat's working. I see a bunch of numbers. Okay, 7 times. So the winner will get an email from me within 24 hours, probably tonight. So just be on the lookout. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Good luck to all of you amazing people that cannot talk to me, unfortunately. And here we go. 3, 2, 1, and spin. So Jim, is it rolling over? No, Jim Marino! I think I feel like we've had a lot of first-time winners lately, which is pretty cool. Jim Marino, congratulations. You are this week's winner, the last winner of our February streams on this very broken Wednesday. So hopefully, well, you can hear me. You might not be able to respond in chat even if you're here. So yeah, congrats. Be on the lookout for a email from me. I will try to get that off to you tonight, and the email will have just a link and then a unique code that you'll need. And depending on where you're at in the world, you'll either get a gift card or be able to pick a spool of filament up to $35 in value. I don't exactly know. It always confuses me, but Yeah, congratulations. So let's try to quickly do this. I do gotta get going. I want to get to Jack's gymnastics soon here, but I would love to just fire off a print really quick, even if it's just a benchy. So I'm just gonna do this. It says to rotate each screw counterclockwise by 1.5 turns. 1.5 turns. So there's 1 turn, there's a half turn, there's 1 turn, there's a half turn, there's 1 turn, and there's a half turn. Okay. It says, wait, the screw head should be flush with the top cover and open the idler. Okay, idler open. Continue. Gearbox alignment in progress. Please wait approximately 20 seconds. That's what it says. Jimbarino! I like your name. My best friend's name back home in California, well, not back home, this is my home, but back in California is Jim, so Jimbarino's like, I could see myself saying his name that way. I might call him that. Tighten the M3 screws firmly in the correct order. Okay. They should be slightly below the surface. Do not over tighten. So I want us to start with the top right. Okay. And then, no, I said top right. I think I meant top left. Then top, nope, I screwed that up. Hold on. Okay, so then bottom right. Okay, and then top right. Okay, and we'll do a tiny little turn more. Like, a tiny turn like that. Okay, continue. Close the idler door. Okay, calibration's done. Sick. All right, let's try to MMU filament sensor calibration. We're not doing that. We need to start without filament in the extruder. Please make sure there's no filament. I'm gonna. Can I abort? I'm just gonna skip this. Okay, I think we're good. Let's try to load up some filaments. All right, I gotta grab some. Let's see if we gotta roll up some polymaker filament somewhere in here. That is not polymaker filaments. That is are these refills? These are refills. I don't have the master spool. Polylite PLA black. We can do that. Polylite PLA, more PLA black, Polylite ABS. Okay, we're just gonna go with black. Looks like I have a lot of unopened, oops, black PLA. Okay. Boom. So we are going to load this up top. Like this. I probably should have a little bit of Bowden tube sticking out, but we're just gonna go straight in. We'll go filament, load filament, PLA. Okay. Yeah, I should definitely have at least a little bit of PTFE tube sticking out. But for one print, it should be okay. Just want to make sure it's working. That way, when we tear it down next week, if there was an issue, I caught it. Okay, it's heating up to temp. Music stopped too. What an odd stream day today's been. Yeah, it takes a while to heat up. Even just 215. Hey, monkey's back. Welcome back, buddy. You have fun in the backyard? Huh? Yeah, good. Let me let monkey in real quick. It's still. Oh, actually, let me prepare to feed this. Hold on, bub. we go. Okay. It is feeding. Come on, monkey. Let this pupper back inside. You have fun out there? I saw some birds, dude. All right, I see filament coming out the nozzle, so we like to see. Purging, purging, purging. Sweets. Purge. No, we're done. Is color correct? Yes. Yes, it sure is. Auto retracting. Cool. Is there just a test file that we can print? I wonder. Okay, return. Print. Nothing on here. Let's see. Oops. We just go MK4S test file. I think they had that crazy overhang test, which I don't need to do that. No. I wonder if I can just get it from Prusa slicer, calibration. I think what I'll do is just try to grab a benchy off of printables that's pre-sliced. Let's just do benchy. No, there is no. Maybe we do just print out like one of those bigger test models. Dang, they don't have it. Oh yeah, they do. Rocket engine, 11 hours. I'm fine with printing that. This will be a true test of how the Mark 4S build is going. All right, continue without scanning. We just need to move this rocket engine over to our flash drive. Okay. Let's give this a go. Rocket engine model. Print. We'll just watch like the first layer or two go down, and then I gotta call it. I will gladly post a photo tomorrow, though, when it's all done. So it's doing a nozzle clean. I think it automatically does a bed mesh before each print. I hope it does, because we did not run a mesh. Okay, bed's heating up to 60 Celsius. We're at 56, 57, almost there. Okay. Yep, it is going to do a 30 mesh or 30 point bed probe, which is good because we didn't. Is it probing from the? Huh. That's new. I don't remember it ever probing from the backside first and then working its way forward. Wonder why they made that change. Yeah, once I see the first layer go down looking good, I'll probably call it. It is, like, I appreciate everybody for coming and hanging out, and I realize that it is absolutely not anybody in chat's fault, but it's definitely been a bummer. I know it's been a bummer for you guys too, because, like, I'm sure communicating, like, amongst yourselves isn't working that well either, because I think everyone's kind of in the same boat I am, but it's really weird. It's really weird not having chat working. So I hope by next Wednesday when we start the CoreOne conversion that it's resolved. So everybody keep your fingers crossed, please, that next week the stream is better. Okay, so hot end is now reaching temp. It's going up to 230. And once it hits 230, it should be should start printing. Filament is purging. That looks pretty good. This will be an ultimate test of how good of a job I did with my Dawn dish soap cleaning. First layer is looking like it's laying down all right, or at least the perimeter, if that's what that is. Yeah, it is. Or the skirt. I guess. At least I think it's the skirt. I guess it could be. Something else, like the perimeter. Yeah, I was wrong. It was not the skirt. It was the perimeter. Let's let it get past the first layer because it should start whipping up speed, I think, once it gets beyond this first layer. There we go. Well, it appears to be working. I will... This is a little excessive, I guess, for a test print to run the big 12-hour rocket model, but I'm gonna run it. So I'll post a photo once this is all done, which it says it'll be 12 hours, so we'll see how close to accurate it is. Looks like now it's saying 11 hours and 2 minutes, so I will post this tomorrow. And then, yeah, as long as everything's good, we'll just continue with the CoreOne conversion next week. So we'll basically tear this down and hope that the NFC is attached at a different point, or there's at least adhesive I can use for the NFC, which we should be able to figure that out, I think, quickly once we get into the box. And so if I need to, I can figure out some sort of alternative for the film. But thank you everybody for hanging out today. There was a lot of reoccurring memberships at the beginning of the stream, as well as some gifted ones. So thank you all for all of your continued support. This was pretty simple. This was a pretty simple conversion, which I expected. It wasn't exactly a ton of, what is going on? Hold on. The outer rim looks a little bit rough, but I don't know if it's part of the model because I don't have access to the G-code file. I guess I do. I downloaded the G-code file. I could open it in Prusa Slicer. It looks a little bit rough on the outer edge, but I'm just wondering if it's part of the model. I'm gonna let it do its thing. We'll see. We'll see in some hours. So, anyways, thank you all for hanging out. Thank you all for our new memberships, our gifted memberships, and our awesome recurring members. And hopefully, today was such a weird stream because of the chat being broken. It really I don't think this is gonna work. I think there's an error. I think that the issue is probably because I am running. I think the issue is probably because I'm running the Obsidian nozzle instead of the CHT nozzle. I have a feeling that's very likely what it is. But the outside of it is looking rough. So I'll let it print for like 10 minutes before I take off, and then if it's looking rough, I will probably stop it and then try to slice up my own file. That way I know what parameters it's using and just print something smaller. So, all right, y'all, have a wonderful rest of your week. I won't have a video this week. Last week's video was like 35 minutes long on 3D scanning, and it was brutal. I'm really happy with the way the video turned out. If you haven't watched it, definitely give it a look. But no video, yeah, it came off the build plate. So we will stop. We will stop this here. I think I need to play around with the settings. You printing issue, I'll stop printing, yeah. Now the first layer looked fine, but it just started looking really rough, and I have a feeling it's that once it kicked into that high speed that we're probably outrunning the nozzle because it's anticipating with a Mark 4S it as a brass CHT. So I will slice up something small just to make sure everything's printing the way it should be, but that G-code is just not optimized probably for this specific nozzle that we're running on it. So I will confirm, but yeah, keep your fingers crossed that next week everything works out okay. I hope you'll have a wonderful, lovely week, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks again. Bye.